Hey guys, it's me, Kate. Unfortunately, and sorry for that, I haven't posted new videos for a very long time. That's because of some work commitments, and also I had some problems with my throat, so I had to have a rest for some time. But now I'm back, so let's get it started. Without further ado, let's start talking about my September wrap up. Actually, I haven't read a lot of books in September because this was my first month after having summer vacation. So I had a lot of job, like loads of job. So that's why I couldn't actually possibly read many books, but I managed to read some of them. And I would like to start with a short story that I read, I think, at the beginning of September and posted my review on this story on Bookstagram, so you can check it out, Catherine Bookstagram. Um, and this is a short story from this book. It's an edition of short stories written by Jojo Moyes. As we all know, she's the author of Me Before You, a best-selling and very popular novel. She is the British writer, a British writer, yep. Actually, this book contains several short stories. I've read two of them, I think, a year ago in Russian, as I have many Russian copies. This I read this story, one of these stories from this book in English, actually. And this story is called Last Year's Coat. It actually deals with social inequality, family income issues, and like what it means to earn not so much money and how to spend money carefully and what really matters in our materialized world today. Because today we are concerned about how to get more money, how to get more property, all those things. And this particular story, Last Year's Code, challenges these problems. So we follow our main character, who is actually, I can't remember her name, sorry. Actually, she has a family, a husband, and a child. And she is a little bit jealous of her colleagues who constantly buy new things. And she also wants to change something in her outfit, in her clothes, but she doesn't have much money. The story deals with her trying to get a new coat, and finally at the end of the story she realizes what's really important. So that's what actually caught my eye, that the problems described in this book and the decisions that the main character eventually makes. So if you like, you can check this out. And why I like short stories edition, because it's such books that you can take and pick up anytime. You don't have to read it in one sitting, because this is like a book for moody people, I think, because it depends on your mood. Today you want to read a huge novel in one day, and the other day you want to read, I don't know, one short story. So if you are a fan of quick reads, you should definitely pick this book up and choose some short stories that speak to you. Okay, enough with this one. Let's pass on to this book, The Handmaid's Tale. Well, that's a very, very controversial book, and it made me feel uncomfortable a little bit because, I'm not used to such narratives, to such books, and I actually heard about this book from my friend, and actually he advised me to read it. And I heard about the series, but I haven't watched them. I only saw a trailer on internet, and Well, after reading half of this book, I put it away because it's just not my cup of tea. The writing style is good, but I didn't understand clearly like the problems expressed in this book. And I think this type of book and this kind of books is definitely for some people who are amateurs of such genre and such books in general. So if you are a fan of Margaret Atwood and like dystopian stories, you should definitely pick this one up. But I it was a complete disappointment for me. I know many people praise this book, but I'm not such a person, sorry. Okay, and I also want to talk about some books that I read uh, as ebooks, and I actually read e-versions because, nowadays technologies can help us to read as many books as possible without even buying hard actual copies. Although I'm a fan of hard copies, there are some books that you just can't get physically, and the only like opportunity to read them is buying ebooks online. That's what I did actually. The first one is written by a German author. Her name is Marnie Mayer, and I've recently teamed up with her to read the same stories that I have read for review. So you can check my videos at my Bookstagram, Catherine Bookstagram. Don't forget to check them. Yep. And well, actually, these are love stories, and the book is called um, Unmistakable, Inseparable 10 German Love Stories. As you can see, this was like a love month. September was a love month for me. And this book contains 10 different stories set in Berlin, and they are united together and they are linked because the main topic is relationship between different couples and love eventually. So each story tells like a sad or a funny, an exciting or really interesting love story. And well, the stories that I personally enjoyed a lot were At the Bottomless Pit of Life and Love at a Distance. These are like two stories that I enjoyed most. And this author, Marnie Mayer, she actually challenges such problems as age gap between couples, between two people in a couple, like family approval. So when your parents approve or disapprove your choice, the partner you have already chosen, and one of the things that is commonly mm, that I came across throughout this short stories book was a distant relationship. So, this is one of the main topics. So, how to preserve your relationship at the distance, and is there still love when you have experienced distant relationship? So, yeah, if you're a fan of short stories again, and if you are crazy about Berlin and Germany and other different parts of Germany, you should definitely read Unmistakable, Inseparable 10 German Love Stories. And there are actually there is one more book that I also read. This is a book by an Indian aspiring author named Maryan Khan. She's from Pakistan. And, well, this story is called Your Soul I Crave For. And I absolutely enjoyed this book. This is a YA romance fiction. And well, it tells a story of a young girl who is studying at the university, and she has recently, um, like, she has recently got into a car accident, and she tries to overcome the aftermath of this car accident. She actually lost half of her memory and she can't remember her lover. And well, she's afraid of people because there was some really bad events that happened in after this car accident, and she still can't like become herself again. But one day there's this guy named Savio who enters her university and changes her life forever. So, and the story is actually uh, centered um, between, and not like centered, but it's focused on Savio and the main character, this young girl, and their relationship. So this is a combination of romance, fiction, a bit of detective, and like despite of some sad things described in the novel, it has very, light mood. And the author Mayan Khan managed to create a really nice atmosphere that helps you to dive into the novel. I actually read this novel in 4 days because I was really excited. And I enjoyed the language because she is using words from different variants of English. So, from British English, from American English, and while reading, you can't actually spot the exact setting. So that this is one of the pluses, one of the perks. And one more perk that I really enjoyed were the relationship between Savio and the main character, so this girl, because I've never read I've read some books on pure true love, but a long time ago. And this was the first book that I actually read about pure love. And I was so satisfied because it was just great. And thank you very much, Mayan, for this great, huge experience. So if you're a fan of like romance, a bit of detective stories that involve love, relationship, and pure love, what is more important, you should definitely try to read Your Soul I Crave for. So there are two like variants. You can get this copy. There is a paperback copy on Amazon and also ebook. I read it as an ebook and I enjoyed it immensely. So, these were all books that read I read in September. So this was not like a long wrap up video, but as I already said, due to some work commitments, I couldn't possibly physically read more books. But I'll do my best in this month, so in October. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and see you soon, guys. Bye!